As the leader of the Booner Pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the f*** up, boys.
It's bumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff and Boone. It's Friday, November 21st. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button for us. It helps us get out in the algorithm. So do that. Hit that like button.
Please hit that like button. Let's go.
Hit that like button. And get your merchandise, officialtcsports.com. If you're listening via any podcast platform, leave a 5-star review. We got a lot to get to. The last show of the week before the weekend, we have game day on Sunday, Lions-Giants. We'll talk about that today. We have injury updates, some positive, some very negative. So we have both of those. And we have Cory Woods joining as well. Covers the Lions for MLive.com. We'll have Pick'em later in the show. We'll have the conversation. Are the Lions pretenders or contenders? We'll talk about it all, Boone, today. But it is a Friday show, and I'm fired up. All right, let's be great today.
How about we be great today? Let's have a day. It was an interesting day, to say the least. The boys are here. We are ready to roll. A lot of bad news. But you know what's fun about this bad news, Jeff? Not fun about it, but Lions can still win a Super Bowl. How about that? You still have Jared Goff, Dan Campbell. Let's not be down all the way here. Now, I'm pumped up to be here. Friday, so it's one of those weird Fridays, man. I'll tell you what, the one thing I never will ever get used to living in the state of Michigan is when it gets dark at 3 p.m. Like, I'll never get used to that. It is the worst thing of all time. I love Michigan to death. I want to be here forever. Like, it's amazing. I can't get over the fact that it just gets dark at 3 p.m. It's one of the wildest things.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's one of the worst things about this time of year, honestly. I hate the snow, too. Don't get me started.
I can't. I like the winter because I love the holiday vibe. Like, I think it's the best. I think the seasons are awesome. If I just didn't have to be in the snow and drive in the snow, if I was just every time it snowed just stuck at home and I can go outside and build a snowman, I'd be cool with that. You know?
And then we didn't have to drive in it.
Yeah, if that wasn't the case, but we have to.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I see everyone in the chat's already kind of giving their thoughts on the Sam LaPorta stuff. Let's play the clip. This is Dan Campbell giving an update.
Big news.
Sam LaPorta. And by the way, I got to give credit before we start this video to originally, I guess, this source from 97.1 because they kind of nailed this. I believe it might have been TJ Lang. I get that's just kind of an assumption, but who else from 97.1 would have this type of information in the locker room? Probably TJ Lang. And John Macaroon joined our show the other day and hinted that it could be a season-ending injury.
Did you see the text that the doc sent us today?
Yeah.
His text, I'll tell you what, I wish like the real world, like the people who watch our show and follow us and know who the doc are, I wish they could just experience getting texts from the doc for just 1 week. Because it's one of the most incredible things. I honestly, and Doc, if you're watching, like, please keep texting us. Don't ever stop texting us. I just don't respond sometimes because it's just like, I don't even know what to say to this. I have no clue what to say to it.
He's one of a kind. That's what the doc is. He is one of a kind. If the people don't know that already. Here's the clip. We'll play this. We'll give our thoughts on it after. Here's Dan Campbell giving an update on Sam LaPorta.
Yeah, so look, Sam did have a procedure, all right, and he's going to be out for a while. I think we would be fortunate to have a chance to get him back for the rest of the season. Yeah, at some point. I think that's very, very slim.
Yes, Sam. I mean, you guys are.
Good news is the procedure went really well, long term.
Oh, okay.
It's tough.
It was the news we were afraid of.
Yep.
It is probably most likely season-ending injury for Sam LaPorta. Lions tight end, all-pro, very good tight end, one of the best tight ends in the National Football League. He brings so much to this offense. I just saw, and this is just a fact. Jared Goff, when targeting Sam LaPorta, has over 110 plus passer rating. He has an over 70% completion percentage. Sam LaPorta is one of Jared Goff's safety blankets. So in the passing game, I think this is a massive loss. It's a big loss. And they have a lot of weapons, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, but just initial reaction, it's a loss for not only what he brings in the passing game, Boone, but what he provides run blocking and what he can do blocking as a tight end. It allows the Lions to run more 12 personnel. It changes a little bit of what they do schematically, even though Dan wants to always change what they do schematically. This affects it, not having a tight end like Sam LaPorta. He's so versatile. To have a tight end that can line up in the slot, line up as basically a receiver and catch passes, they don't have that. It's a very rare type of tight end. So it's unfortunate. I hope Sam LaPorta recovers fully. Obviously, he'll be back next season. So smooth recovery. Back injuries, no joke. So I hope everything goes smooth for him. But a massive loss, Boone. Massive loss. I haven't gotten over it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm still kind of mad about it. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think we said it yesterday. Out of if you would like list the players, the Lions players you would hate to lose, that would actually affect this offense or defense. Sam LaPorta's, you would throw in the top 10 of that list. Just importance of what he does. There's a million things offensively that he does that changes the game. That a lot of people, like I put a video out last week, and a lot of people, when I said like this is a big loss for the Lions, there was a lot of people who are like, we're going to be just fine. Like everything's fine. It's a big loss, man. I know you still have weapons. I think everything's going to be fine. It's just going to be a more difficult road, right? Like it's going to be a little bit of a tougher path than it was when you do have a guy like Sam LaPorta, because he does so much for your offense. Like I think St. Brown said it the other day in one of his press conferences. He is essentially like when LaPorta's on the field, like it makes mismatches, not just for him, but for everyone, because they have to include Sam LaPorta. You take Sam LaPorta off the field, then it makes it easier for the defense to, double team Amon-Ra, be able to kind of cover over, Jameson Williams. They know how to kind of approach Jahmyr Gibbs coming out of the backfield. Like it takes a dynamic away from this offense. And that was why I think for years, for the last 2 or 3 years, one of the reasons this offense was so dynamic and had like, boom, you could do this after they did this, and you were able to counter and they were never able to punch, was essentially just because you had Amon-Ra, LaPorta, Jamo, and Gibbs. Like you had, like they could not guard every single one of them. One of them was always open, and take that one of those guys away, it's another factor. You take a factor away that kind of puts pressure on defenses, and it hurts you in that way. And then at the end of the day, I think, like you said, and we talked about it a couple of days ago when the LaPorta injury first happened, was his blocking, man. Like it wasn't a big deal. His blocking wasn't the last few years. This year, it's turned into something serious to where and I think too, Jeff, what's crazy about him being so good blocking was, I think it was a mixture of one, he actually took a massive step this year in his blocking, like massive run blocking. If he needed a chip and kind of helped it for Jared Goff in the pocket, like there was moments, right? But the run blocking, like that was like the biggest thing, was him in the run game being able to go into the 12 personnel, and he was able to just dominate people. And he brought that to his game this year, and no one expected it. But the other reason that hurts so bad with that is because your offensive line has struggled so much this year, and you've lost Frank Ragnow, and you lost Kevin Zeitler, and one of those big pieces that stepped up to help you, it was Sam LaPorta. Like he was one of the ones that stepped up and gave you those opportunities, because when those guys kind of you lose those guys. So I think it's a big loss. I think it's bigger than people think. You're gonna see some situations throughout the season where you're gonna really miss him. And I think Brock Wright, like he could step in, but he's not going to be able to, man. That gap is going to be so big from Sam LaPorta to Brock Wright. It's going to be so big, dude. Massive. And I don't know out there, like, you can go look at free agents in the NFL and you can go see, is there a tight end available right now? Like, you can't make a trade, so you have to hope you can get maybe a practice squad guy. I don't know, man. Like, last year, obviously, they had Zach Ertz that was, off of waivers, and they were able to get Zach Ertz. But it's like you don't really have an option like that right now, I don't think. And maybe, hopefully, Brad goes out there and finds a guy in a practice squad or someone who's, who would have been big if it didn't happen, like a Darren Waller, but he signed with the Dolphins instead of signing anywhere else. He comes out of retirement, goes to the Dolphins. So you got to find a guy like that maybe off the street who really isn't doing anything right now.
Yeah, he just brings so much that Brock Wright just simply can't do. And I'm not saying that, and I know this comment here, Steve Lehman. They played without him against the Eagles, still outgained them in yardage. They lost because of shit situational play calling. I'm not saying that they will be a bottom 5 offense all of a sudden, but I think you're going to miss them situationally. There's going to be spots in which you'll be like, man, if they had another guy like Sam LaPorta who can get open against man coverage, it helps, and a lot of good teams have good tight ends. You could go to like the Rams. The Rams have like a rookie tight end and they're having success. So that's kind of the model you try and mimic, where you have 2 really good receivers and you just make things happen. They could still have success, but to have a guy that can line up in the slot in situations like Sam LaPorta can, I don't know. Colton Pouncey brought this up the other day. I thought it was really interesting. I was wondering if this potentially opens the door, especially with the whole not having, they haven't been able to get pass interference calls. They're kind of lacking that 50-50 guy. I wonder if Isaac Tesla, not that he'll play tight end, but the spots where Sam LaPorta would line up in the slot, that's a lot of what Isaac Tesla did at Arkansas. He wasn't really playing a lot out wide. He was playing a lot in the slot. I wonder if they do have situations where they want to have that, they want to put a chess piece there, like a Sam LaPorta. I wonder if you could try and put a guy like Isaac Tesla there, who is kind of similar. Obviously, he's a big guy, but he played a lot in the slot in college. So I don't know how they kind of move guys around. Obviously, we know Brock Wright can't do stuff like that. He can bring other things to the table. He ain't running routes like that. So it's a tough loss, man. It's an offense that they've already been having ups and downs, and they have a bunch of pass catchers. So you can argue, well, they have a bunch, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Jameer, and all these guys, but it's not like losing Amon-Ra. You can't afford to lose, but having 2 receivers helps, right? Like if you lost J-Mo, you'd be like, well, we still have Amon-Ra. The drop off from Sam LaPorta to Brock Wright is massive.
It's a big difference.
With all due respect. So
yeah,
it's something
I do think that there is a world and this is where I think Lions fans, it sucks in the moment, right? I still do think it is an offense that you do have a lot of weapons and a lot of pieces. You're going to be able to patch this thing together, and you're going to still have an opportunity to go, compete for a Super Bowl. I think that's a fact, and I don't want people to think, this season's over, wrap it up. It's a lot harder for sure offensively. I think what positive is, Jeff, like we've talked about for the last couple of weeks, especially after the Eagles game, you do have a Super Bowl defense, right? So you can lean on them a little bit more. Offensively, with the defense you have, you don't need a top 5 offense to win the Super Bowl. You really just need to make sure you have a top 10 defense that can compete to win a Super Bowl. And you can do that, let's call a spade a spade. You can do that without Sam LaPorta. You're right. You could still find a way with game plans. You still have Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. You know what this turns into as well? You're going to have to run a lot of probably 2 running back sets. You're going to have to find just different ways to get other weapons on the field and find guys, get guys involved. Khalif Raymond's going to have to step up. Isaac Tesla is going to have to step up. You're going to see Dominic Lovett. You're going to see different guys that are going to have to step up in different moments. Brock Wright. And they're just going to have to figure this thing out. It's one of those things where it's hey, man, there's just no excuses at this point, right? You still have to go out and play football. And I do believe Dan's going to have some sort of plan. And it might not be the prettiest plan, right? You're not going to get it done like you would have with Sam LaPorta, but they're going to find a way. They still, at the end of the day, man, they do still have very good weapons, right? It's just you have to figure out how to get around it without a star tight end. And they've done it in the past before, by the way. They've gone into big games and won big games without Sam LaPorta in the past. This isn't the first time he's been hurt. He has had injuries, and they have been in big moments, and they have won big moments without Sam LaPorta. It's just about game planning, and if anything, if this falls on anyone else, Jeff, going forward, it's just more pressure on the offensive line. It's just more pressure on them because you need them to step up that much more now.
Yeah, I see, by the way, this comment here. Jomo, Gerald Everett, Hayden Hurst are available. Why not? Hayden Hurst.
Gerald Everett available? I thought he was on the Bears.
No, Cole Kmet, Colson Loveland.
Yeah, but I thought.
Is he on the Bears?
I mean, when you go to ESPN, it says Chicago. But oh no, it says NFL now.
I'll take Gerald Everett. I'll take Hayden Hurst.
He had 36 yards last year in 17 games.
I'll take either of those guys.
But the year before, 400 yards, 500, 400. Yeah, I mean, Gerald Everett's a good. Just last year, he just didn't get a lot of production.
What's Hayden Hurst doing?
Let me go see Hayden Hurst.
He was good on the Falcons. I don't know what he hasn't played since. He hasn't really had big seasons since 2022.
32 years old.
Yeah,
this guy. He last year Last year, he played 9 games for the Chargers, 73 yards.
Yeah,
I would rather have Gerald Everett, to be honest.
they should look into some of those tight ends for sure.
I'm sure they will. They did it last year with Zach Ertz or 2 years ago or whatever it was.
Grab some tight end out there. I mean, they could run some 21 personnel with 2 running backs. I mean, they've teased that in training camp. They never did it. So I think it'll probably be, unless they trust Ross Dwelly. That's the other tight end, Ross Dwelly.
Dude, Ross Dwelly, yes. The problem is, too, it's like what makes this whole thing worse is like James Mitchell hurt IR, Shane Zylstra hurt IR. It's like every single one of your tight ends that you're like, okay, we got some depth. You don't have depth at tight end outside of Brock Wright. You had to go get Ross Dwelly from a practice squad. Like that's so disappointing, man.
Dwelly.
Yeah, Dwelly, man.
Dwelly, man.
What has he done in his career?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll take Gerald Everett, Hayden Hurst.
You know what they should have done? Should have traded for Tyler Conklin at the deadline.
Oh,
that would have been something, man. How about that?
That's a player now.
I don't know how much tick he's been getting.
He's kind of been getting out of the lineup out there with the Chargers. He would be he'd fit right in with this.
He had 1 catch in November 9th. He hasn't had a catch since November 9th. 6 catches, 95 yards on the year. He would fit perfectly right now. Oh man, you know what he should do? He should go to the Chargers and say, Can you release me? I want to sign with the Lions.
Comes home.
Brandon Ayuk's getting I think it sounds like Brandon Ayuk. Could he play tight end?
Well, that's what the commenters are mentioning with Jackson Meeks. I would be curious what they could do with a guy like Jackson Meeks. I don't know. You'd have to. I don't know. He's a bigger guy. He's like 6'3", 6'4", a little over 200 pounds. Maybe throw a couple pounds on him. Maybe you could play some tight end. I don't know. Maybe he could be the kind of that role we're talking about. But I don't know. That's a guy hasn't played tight end. So again, you're
Brandon Ayuk
change positions. No Jackson Meeks. Brandon Ayuk is just what's going on with him is just disgusting.
I think he's getting bought out.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I'd get that.
I'm about to quote tweet one of these tweets and say, "Can Brandon Ayuk play tight end?"
Hey, what about Eric Ebron? Huh? Bring back Eric Ebron. Why not? At this point, I'm that desperate. I could care less. I could care less. Just bring in some bodies, but not just bodies. Guys that are pass catchers.
Is that a bet?
Blocking tight ends? I don't know.
I
want? I want Darnell Washington.
Oh my gosh, this guy is incredible, is he not?
That guy's insane. Yeah.
If I said, Jeff, I will give you $1 million right now if you can one-on-one tackle him in the open field, do you think you could get the $1 million?
I mean, I would give it all I got.
There's no way. That'd be the safest $1 million I've ever had.
I would give it all I got. I would leave on a stretcher.
Dude, did you see him just throwing DBs the other day in the same play? Do like 3 dudes in one play. Just
I want Darnell Washington in this offense.
Oh my gosh.
That guy that's ridiculous. Todoro says have Caleb play tight end. He's like 6'7". Okay.
Caleb Williams or Czarnik? Caleb or Caleb Williams?
I mean the 6'7" thing. I think he's talking about our Caleb.
Oh.
Caleb's
the shortest on the show. Caleb's like 5'5".
5'5" is disrespectful. I mean,
is he not? Isn't he like 5'5"?
He is not 5'5". That's crazy.
Okay, I actually do. That was not me being disrespectful. That was a genuine, I think he's like 5'5".
No, he is definitely not 5'5". He's probably.
Are you sure?
No, I'm absolutely sure.
I'm 5'10". I'm like a foot taller than him.
He's not 5'5". That. Oh, wow.
I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm being serious.
That's insane. He's I give him 5'10".
You're like an inch or two taller than me. You're like 6 foot.
Much shorter than you?
I think so. Like I look down to Caleb. Yes. Unless right now I'm having one of those moments where I forget how tall someone is. But like in my mind, like if I close my eyes and I'm picturing standing next to Caleb, this is like look at this is not me. I'm closing my eyes, I'm picturing I'm talking to him. I'm being dead serious. And I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10", 5'11". I'm just under 6 foot.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You look like this is a conversation with Caleb. It's
No, it is. It's not. It is not. It's like Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. You see that clip?
oh my gosh, that's like me and Caleb. Caleb's gonna be so mad if he's watching right now. I can tell you, he'd be fuming.
Just look at Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. Just looking down at Caleb.
But he can't be mad though, because it's his actual height. Like I look down to him when I talk to him. I'm like, "What's up, bro?"
He's all heart. He's all heart.
He is. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, man. It's just he can't like control his height.
Dude, there's no way he's 5'5".
I'm gonna text him right now. Caleb, how tall are you?
He's doing good with the pizza stuff, man. You guys,
Yeah, he is. It's so funny. He had like he was like, I texted him. I said, trying to make the Red Wing today, and I texted him. Said, "Do you want me to be mean or do you want me to be nice?" And he goes, "I already know it's bad."
Oh, dude, yeah, that's a tough thing to do, man. To make a pizza in the Red Wings logo, that's insane.
It just looks so funny when it came out.
You could get Lukas at tight end.
Yeah, Lukas is like 6'4".
No, he's not 6'4".
For sure, Lukas is 6'4".
He's probably like I think.
Dude, you're 6 foot. He's 4 inches taller than you. 100%.
No, he is not.
You were not close to Lukas.
He is not 6'4". I've seen 6.
Who's taller?
You worked with basketball players. You know 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4". I'm thinking of a 6'4" point guard we had right now, and he was probably
Lukas. I think he told me he's 6'2".
Shout out Delano Smith, my guy.
He about 6'2".
All right.
If he's 6'4", then tell Lukas to put on 40 pounds. He could play tight end.
How big is Mike compared to Caleb?
Oh,
who's
Mike's
taller?
Short. Mike's the shortest.
I think Caleb's shorter than Mike.
It's not. No, Gentry's like 5'8".
No, I think Gentry's like 5'7", 8", and I think Caleb's 5'5". Is 5'5" small, bro?
I mean, you're calling this guy basically just a giant. He's just a
he's responding. There's bubbles. There's three dots right now on my screen.
What did you say? You say you're 5'5"?
I said, how tall are you? I'm not going to say what I said. I don't want to break it to him.
Klotz, I mean, you got to get your heights in order. Klotz is 6'4", Caleb's 5'5". I mean, what is this crew of guys, man? I mean, we just have guys all over the height spectrum. This is crazy. Yeah.
Oh no, Caleb's here. No, Caleb's here. I thought he was 5'5". My heights are off, dude. I'm sorry. Caleb, I'm taller than you. All I was thinking was I look down to you a little bit. That was it. This wasn't supposed to be like a mean thing. This was never supposed to be a mean segment. I was just more so just like when I stand next to Caleb, I look down. That's all it was. And when I look down, I'm 5'11"-ish, 5'10". I think when I look down, it's just like, all right, maybe he's 4 inches smaller, maybe 5. I just do the math there. That goes 5'5", 5'6". Klotz, I look up. I go, he's like 6'4".
That's funny as hell.
Why is everyone mad at me like this is a mean thing of me to say?
I can't believe this.
I like, so people just can't speak the truth these days. You guys all want everything to be censored. That's what this world's come to. This world has come to censorship.
Yeah. With the height. I mean, that's tough.
Edward, I don't look down on Caleb in that sense, but like a physical sense, yes, he's shorter than me, so I look down when I talk to him.
His next pizza video, he should tell us. He say his height, clarify his height for the people. Just at least give it.
I wanted to ask Caleb. I live 30 minutes away. If one of these days I can come over and be guest pizza maker.
Wow, that's incredible. Wow, he's doing great stuff over there. Kory will be joining us in a minute. Before he joins us, I got to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper. We'll see you guys in a minute. I've interrupted the show to tell you about our friends over at Sleeper, the fastest growing fantasy platform in the entire world. And I'll tell you this as well. They have Sleeper picks, and if your state allows it, you should be using it. It's very simple. You pick more or less than the predicted stats on different players. And for Lions, Giants, I have my picks. I have more on Amon-Ra St. Brown's receiving yards, more on Dave Montgomery's touchdowns over 0.5 5. He's going to score this week over as well or more on Dave Montgomery's rushing yards. And I also like the more on Jackson Dart's rushing yards if he plays. I think he's going to be running around. This Lions defense is going to be flying around, and they're going to have a big day. Sleeper picks, use the code CT Sports. Along with it, have fun. Shout out to our friends at Sleeper for always sponsoring the program. Now let's get back to it. All right, let's bring on our good friend here. Covers the Detroit Lions for MLive.com. We were texting yesterday about this, the Jameson Williams stuff. We'll talk to him about that, Sam LaPorta's injury, Lions, Giants, and much more. Our good friend, Kory Woods. Kory, how we doing?
Yo, what's the deal?
I mean, this guy, by the way, not buffs.
Wires.
There we go, Jeff.
That's why we do this. Kory, I'll just start off with the big news here before we get to the JMO, the Lions and Giants stuff. Sam LaPorta ruled out for basically the season. Dan hinted at it. It'd be surprised if he came back. Just kind of in your mind, how big of a loss is Sam LaPorta not being with this offense going forward?
Oh, man, he's a big loss for the Lions. Not only did he help out in the run game with the blocking, but, this is you're talking about a guy that was one of the most reliable targets for Jared Goff. He's a guy that was really good on those third down, on some of those fourth down situations when, they needed to go ahead and move the chain. So to be able to lose a guy like that who just opened up the offense, it is definitely going to be a significant blow. That is not a guy that is easily replaceable, if replaceable at all, especially at this stretch of the season. So, I know the Lions are tinkering with a few things. I know that, they've been having Jackson Meeks practice with the tight ends. Brock Wright, they believe very much that he can fulfill the role in his own way in the absence of LaPorta. But this just cut the crap. It's no replacing a guy like that. So it's definitely a significant blow for their offense.
Yeah, Kory, I do want to just ask you about this Eagles game, just kind of coming off that with the offense and kind of how that looked. Defense looked, we felt like the defense looked good. What was your thoughts on the kind of offensive performance? Dan Campbell's second game calling the plays, and it felt like things just weren't clicking the whole time, whether it was the offensive line, Jared Goff playing bad, just kind of all of that together. What was your kind of overall thoughts of that offense there?
Well, if you look at the numbers, the Eagles' defense has not been that great, but at the same time, it's just the numbers. At the end of the day, that is a very talented Eagles team, and then you're going up against a Lions team that they've been having issues with the offensive line throughout the entire season, and you saw that show up. People were getting mad at me the other day when I retweeted the Jalen Phillips thing, and they thought I was insinuating why the Lions didn't go get him. No, I'm talking about that as a guy that you're going to have to deal with this coming Sunday, and we saw him go out there and make plays. So good teams have bad games. I would say the Minnesota loss, that was probably the most shocking and bad loss for the Lions this season. But aside from the the Minnesota loss, that was not a good one, and the Green Bay loss, not a good one. But when you lose to the Chiefs and you lose to the Eagles, the two representatives of last year's Super Bowl, there's not any shame in that, but you want to see them play better. But at the end of the day, if the offensive line is not doing its job, Jared Goff is not able to do his job, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are not able to do their job. Goff played one of his worst games of his career. The rushing attack was 3.5, 3.7 yards per carry. So if the offensive line is not up to par, this offense does not work. And that's pretty much for basically any team. We saw last night with Josh Allen. Granted, his completion rate was better, but he still took 8 sacks. He still threw picks. He didn't throw any touchdowns. And some of those sacks that he took, he probably should have got rid of the ball and threw it in the dirt. So, hopefully they're able to, they got 3 games coming up at home. That's going to be really good for them, get some things back on track, and hopefully for the Lions' sake and their fans, when they come out of this, they'll be 9-4.
Hey, Kory, I want to ask you, just based off the Sam LaPorta stuff, it's a lot of targets that are going to be spread around on this offense now without Sam LaPorta. We kind of saw Brock Wright against the Eagles, and we know how big of a drop-off it is from Sam to Brock Wright. He's still going to take on that tight end 1 role. You mentioned Jackson Meeks potentially kind of getting some opportunities, but in your mind on this offense, who do you believe will benefit the most from not having a guy like Sam LaPorta? Is there going to be more targets for Amon-Ra, J-Mo, or could it be a guy like Isaac Tesla that could be featured more? Who do you think they lean on more without having a guy like Sam LaPorta out in that field?
First person that comes to mind is obviously J-Mo, but I think they're already, even with LaPorta in there, I think they were already trying to get a concerted effort towards getting him more targets. I think the person that's going to benefit the most out of this is Isaac Tesla, because they're going to be able to go ahead and finally manufacture him and get him into this offense, because they're going to need him. And there's really no tape on this guy outside of college. So being able to get him into the offense, his speed, his jumping ability to be able to go grab the 50-50 balls, that could be an interesting twist. And also I think Khalif Raymond's going to be, really big in this as well. That is a guy that since day one, when he arrived in Detroit, all he's done is answer the call when they call his number. So I think Tesla is going to benefit the most, because you got to spread those passes, or you got to spread the ball around. And again, while Brock Wright is going to be in LaPorta's shoes, he is not the dynamic pass catcher and playmaker that LaPorta is. So I would say in order, it would be Tesla, then Raymond.
Hey, Cory, can I just ask you real quick? Terrion Arnold, the situation going on in him, he was set as out today. Is he still in concussion protocol? Do you know kind of fully what's going on with that? Because I mean, at least for me, I thought there was a good chance he was going to be playing on Sunday. Typically, I don't know what the typical timetable is for concussion protocol. My thought process, and maybe this is just because I've never really paid attention to it as much. I always thought it was just a week, essentially a week out. Is there a reason why that he was still on the injury report?
We haven't received a exact reason why. I mean, I guess with Dan in the medical staff, they didn't feel that he was just ready to clear yet. I think we might be able to get a little bit more clarity on that after Sunday, probably Monday, on where he stands. But I mean, he's got. It's kind of the same thing with Jackson Dart. Just staff didn't clear him. That's pretty much it right there.
Yeah, and I think the old. I mean, you got a lot of guys kind of coming back here in the next couple of weeks. I'll ask you about the J-Mo stuff, because J-Mo in that Eagles game, he hugs the goalpost. They get the flag. Lions got to kick it's an extra point from almost 50 yards, 40 something yards.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of what was focused on this week. Not the fact that Dan. Well, I guess he did get mentioned, but the fact that Dan passed on all those points when 4 on 4th down. People bring up the 1 point. Which does matter, I will say. But what was kind of your takeaway, Cory? You were texting me yesterday, 97.1, Rico, Mike Valeni. Apparently what this man does, a grown-ass man does in his off time, is relevant, I guess, to the conversation of him committing a penalty. But what did you kind of make of the narrative surrounding Jameson Williams this week? Because I think a lot of people would agree it's been unfair for the guy. Because a lot of it's off-the-field stuff, which I think is a different conversation.
All right. I'm about to get.
This is why he wore the wires. Now I know. This is why
I'm about to get Jeff taken off YouTube. It's like, no. In all seriousness, I believe that you can point out what an athlete does stupidly on the field and not try to do character assassination on them off the field. Let's be real. That was a dumb penalty. I know people have brought up Jahmyr Gibbs with his back turned, dancing on the goalpost. It's not the same thing. You cannot use the goalpost as a prop in any measure during a touchdown celebration. And just so the people know that the league is consistent, the very next night, George Pickens got a 15-yard penalty for doing the exact same celebration as Jameson Williams. So again, dumb, boneheaded move on the field. When you start talking about the player off the field and saying where he shouldn't be yet and what he shouldn't be doing, and he's, you start challenging his intelligence, that's BS. Okay, where have we ever really heard of Jameson Williams being at 3 or late in the morning outside of a Coney Island?
Right.
Okay. He goes to Coney Island in Detroit. He goes to a food place that's open in the city that he plays football in. My question is this. If he went to Little Brothers Burgers in Royal Oak or Hunter House in Birmingham at 2 a.m., would we still be having the same conversation?
No.
No. Exactly. Athletes are largely untouched in Detroit because people love the sports. And I'm not going to put too much of his business out there, but Jameson Williams is not just moving around haphazardly. He's very well protected when he goes out to his two places. But again, it's a food run. What do you mean? So to try to tie it into make it something more than what it is. Okay, if you're going to talk about what he does off the field, how about the fact that ever since he's been in Detroit, he's done nothing but run free football camps. When it's, Thanksgiving or Christmas, he's out in the inner city doing toy drives, doing turkey drives. How about right before the season started on Detroit's east side, a very impoverished area, the area that he did it in, for context, he hosted a free carnival with, rides for the kids, petting zoos, giving free equipment and book bags and school supplies. They may not think that stuff matters. They may think that it matters just only for the football field, but for the people that live in those communities, those kids are going to grow up remembering the time that Jameson Williams, a guy that they're paying to go see, came into their neighborhood and took care of them. So I think if you're going to talk about somebody's character off of the field, put the whole picture in there. Don't put the stuff up that makes him look bad for clicks. Tell the whole damn story.
Yeah, well said, Cory.
Yeah, I think, Cory, you're spot on with that. I think I've seen J-Mo do more charity work in different events than any other Lions player over the last few seasons, to be honest. From what I've seen and everything that I see get promoted, J-Mo does a lot. So I think that was spot on. Cory, can I just ask you about this Giants game? Kind of next here, going into that with obviously Jackson Dart out, Jameis Winston's kind of the one stepping in. I think we all know what Jameis Winston's about. Like he's kind of like just a gunslinger. That man he can throw the ball around, man, and he could throw for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns on you if you're not ready. What are your thoughts on kind of this matchup? Me and Jeff actually talked about it yesterday, Cory. The spread went from 10 to 12, but like it feels like it's just one of those games, man, where Jameis Winston, he has the energy. This team last week almost beat the Packers. In 4 days, they're going to have, after 4 days after this game, you have the Green Bay Packers for Thanksgiving. I'm sure you can kind of attest to this too. Like a lot of these guys' families come into town for Thanksgiving. So they're probably hosting a bunch of people throughout the whole week. Maybe minds aren't right. It feels like this might be like, if you were going to say, and I know people say it too much, but like the trap game thing, this feels like it's like that. Is there any concern for you? Is this something where it's like, hey, they have to go out there and win this game and not even look ahead to this Packers game? What are your thoughts going into this Giants game here?
Oh man, the Jameis Winston experience is coming to Detroit. We're either going to get a game where he upsets the Lions, or he throws for 400 yards and 6 interceptions. We don't know what you're going to get. But in all seriousness, Dan knows this guy really well from their time together, and Jameis. At the end of the day, Jameis is a very talented quarterback. The Lions are still going to have some guys down in the secondary, so I don't like the term of the trap game, but I will say that this is a game where if the Lions do not come out and just handle business and make the most of these third down conversions, make the most of their opportunities in the red zone, this is a game where they could get caught slipping the same way that they did against the Vikings. With the way that their defense has performed this year, I believe that establishing the run should be, I would say, fairly easy for the Lions going into this game. And if they're able to go ahead and get off to a hot start with Montgomery and Gibbs, I believe that will allow everything else to kind of open up for Jared Goff to be able to do what he does best. Hopefully the line holds up so we can see Goff get into that play action, which is his bread and butter, something that we have not really seen a lot of this year because of the performance of the offensive line. So I think that the right approach they have right now is one game at a time, because you have 3 games in 17 days. Heck of a span to deal with, and you want to take this one game at a time. And like I said, hopefully for the Lions, they can come out of this homestand 9-4, because After that homestand, they got a problem to deal with out there in Los Angeles. A guy who I normally would not say this a sentence I can't believe I'm about to say. We're talking about Matthew Stafford on an MVP level right now.
Yeah.
He is freaking going insane. So the Lions need to go out, need to handle business, but it starts with Sunday on the Giants, and I believe they can do that.
Yeah, Kory, my last question for you. Booner put out a tweet for the Dave Montgomery stuff because clearly, there's been the questions. It feels like it's J-Mo. He's not getting enough involved. And then now it's D-Mont not getting enough involved. It feels like in the Eagles game, he had some moments. He didn't get a ton of carries. I know the game was a disaster as it is, but kind of going
It was cold as – I think that cold kind of caught them off guard too because I was out there. It was cold as –
Cold as hell?
Yeah, it was cold. It was cold.
Yeah. Now, Booner put out a tweet the other day basically like explaining his touches year to year and how they got to get him more involved. And a lot of people had the response of like, how can you take touches away from Jahmyr Gibbs? So that's kind of the back and forth. It's like you don't want to take touches away from Jahmyr. He's so good, but Dave Montgomery, what he can do for this offense. What side of the fence are you on? Are you more you can understand why you'd want to give a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs as many carries as possible, or do you think D-Mont's kind of that one player you just have to get more touches to because of what he does to opposing defenses? Where are you at with that?
I'm on the side of starting. Oh, hold on, let me back this up. I'm on the side of early on in the game trying to get both of them going as they have done in the past years, kind of use that Sonic and Knuckles combo. Now, if you start to see where Gibbs is just like giving these guys a lot of problems, or you see Monty is starting to give these guys a lot of problems, in that moment, kind of see who has the kind of the hot hand and let them go ahead and guide it. Obviously, we know what Jahmyr Gibbs can be. We saw that towards the end of the season when Montgomery is out. But this tandem works best when both of them have at least – they can't always get 15 and 15 like they did against the Commanders. But if you can at least get them somewhere like if Gibbs has 17 touches, Monty should have at least 12. Something like that. So I think you have to get both. You have to figure out a way to get both of them in the double-digit touches because you cannot have David Montgomery ice cold. I think this is also a guy that they need to utilize more in those short yardage situations. Granted that Gibbs can power through those. Granted, Gibbs can power through those linemen like anybody else because he has a truck stick on him as well. But Monty he hates to turn power back, but Monty is a big dude that is going to wear on defenses, wear them out, and boom, just leaves more for Gibbs to be able to kind of run them down later on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's important, man. D-Mont's a really good player. We appreciate you, Kory. Good luck this weekend, my friend. You guys can follow Kory at Kory Woods. He's crushing it, man. He's got the wires on. He's covering the Lions for MLive.com. Kory, we'll talk to you soon, my friend. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Peace out.
There you go. Kory Woods joining the show, talking to the fellas here, chopping it up, talking Lions, Giants. And he was texting me yesterday. Yeah, he was pissed about the J-Mo stuff, rightfully so. I mean, I expect, by the way, who gets more involved, he's definitely, I hope what he's saying comes to fruition because Isaac Tesla, this is like a perfect opportunity for him with the Sam LaPorta stuff. So hope he gets more involved here. We'll see. But anyone who has Sam LaPorta on fantasy, that sucks. And I had Tucker Kraft, by the way, so I know how it feels. It sucks, man. These tight ends go out for the year. It blows. All right. I did want to have this conversation though, Boone. We've been kind of
let's do it.
We've been kind of dancing around it all week. And I'll get to the injury report. We'll talk about stuff like that, but just a straight up question because the Lions are coming off a loss to the Eagles. They faced, I would say, let me ask you this. Would we classify the Chiefs as contenders?
The Kansas City Chiefs?
I'm just saying. I'm actually genuinely asking.
That's such a tough one, man. Like,
you want to just go because they got Mahomes and Andy Reid. You want to just say yeah?
I think like they always have a chance to win it. Like, if they get in the dance, yeah. It's just like for me, it's just like can they get in the dance right now? That's the question. I think
they faced the Packers, they faced the Eagles, they faced the Chiefs, and they've lost to all three of those teams. They've beaten the Bucs. Who I respect the Bucs. I know they didn't have weapons, but still, Bucs are a good team. And they beat who else? They beat the Ravens, who, with Lamar and Derek. So I'll give them that as well. So I think that's a good. People want to discredit it. I think it's a good win, even though they didn't have Matabuke. They don't have him for the year. That's still you see how what they're doing right now. It's a good team. taking all that into consideration with some of the injuries, with the offensive line play, where are we at now through 10 games? Are the Detroit Lions contenders or pretenders? That's the question. All right. And we have this conversation every year about other teams. We had a segment we've talked about last football season. We had it pretty often where we revisited contenders and pretenders, and we named NFL teams and put them in the pretender or the contender category. And now it is time to discuss the Lions. At least the question, are they pretenders or are they contenders?
You want me to go first?
That's the $1 million question, Boone. And based on what I've seen so far,
oh, you're going to rip the Band-Aid off.
I'm just going to do it.
Can I ask you a question before you say it?
Go ahead.
I have an idea. Go ahead.
Well,
no, just my idea is to kind of set because I think it's always good to know, like, where does our where are we at with contenders and pretenders in the NFL?
Like a measuring stick.
Should we go through I can name some throughout the NFL.
Yeah,
and we can go through what we think, and then just so we have an idea of, like, all right, where do we put this Lions team on there? Because I think it's easy to be like, well, this team's top 10 in our power rankings, but, like, just because, in my opinion, just because you're top 10 in my power rankings, I don't put you as a contender. Like, I don't think some of the teams at the end of my power rankings list, like the Chicago Bears were at 10, like, they're not a contender. That's a pretender, but they're 10th in my power rankings. So do you want me to go through some here for you?
Yes.
All right. Let's start with number 1. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
The Tennessee Titans. I'm kidding.
The Raiders. Hey, the Browns with Shedeur.
I'm so sorry. I had to do it, bro. I had to hit you with that. I thought that'd be so
Browns
funny.
With Shedeur?
Nah, come on now. Come on now. Let's not do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. This is the first one here. The Baltimore Ravens, contenders or pretenders? Where do you have them?
I would say in my mind they are pretenders.
Really? Why though? Like,
the reason why I think they're pretenders is because I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. And the reason why I would say that is because they have a bad defense. They just have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, which I don't think is enough to win a championship. And,
okay.
Even with them healthy, they didn't look great. So that's also another data point I would use. With them together at the start of the year, they didn't look great. So I would say pretenders for the Ravens.
Okay. What about the Kansas City Chiefs?
Pretenders.
Pretenders. Okay. Houston Texans 6-5.
Pretenders.
All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 6-4. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I would say pretenders.
Wow. Even if they get healthy.
I think this is where we disagree, and that's completely fine because we might have two different definitions. My definition, and this is where we might disagree on this. All right. My definition of contender and pretender is if that team wins a Super Bowl, would you be surprised? Or how surprised would you be? If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, I would be shocked.
I don't think I would be
shocked. I would be shocked.
I don't think I would be, to be honest.
Okay. See, that's fair. That's fair. And that's where you,
if they got healthy, if they got fully healthy, the Bucks did, I would not be shocked. Like, I think, like, you got to think, like, week 3 or 4 when they were healthy and they were playing at a high level, we were all like, this is a team you don't want to play in the playoffs. I think right now they're just kind of going through a stretch where they're just essentially just kind of a little beaten up. They've lost 2 straight. They've lost like 3 last 4 or something like that, but it's just because of injuries. Next team, Pittsburgh Steelers 6-4.
I would say pretender.
Okay, that's fair.
Defense is old.
So far, you have 0 contenders. So far, you have 0. San Francisco 49ers.
Yep. Pretenders.
Pretenders. Okay. Los Angeles Chargers 7-4.
See, you're gonna hate me today.
No, listen. This is why I'm doing it to set the bar to see. This is good. I'm not hating no one. I am not a hater. I don't hate.
No.
I don't even hate Caleb. That's 5'5". Not a hater.
I think. Okay, this
what
I would say the Chargers are pretenders. I would say they're pretenders.
All right, man. Pretenders. All right. What about the Green Bay Packers 6-3-1?
I would say they're contenders.
All right, we got our first contenders.
Because I think they have a, they have a team,
I don't have
they
the
have
sound.
they have really good. They have players, really good players.
Next
and
one.
I think they
The 7-4 Buffalo Bills.
I would still say they're contenders.
I was about to say I would have left this show the rest of the night.
Yeah, I would say they're contenders. They haven't looked great as of late, but they're. I mean, listen, they're winning. They got. I mean, I would say they're contenders. Listen, I would say they're contenders.
All right, the next team, the 7-3 Seattle Seahawks. Pretenders or contenders?
I would say pretenders. Sam Darnold in a playoff game, I don't trust. No, he hated that one. He didn't like that one at all.
That one really hit me, man. That one hit my soul.
I want you to say what.
Well, no, we're setting a bar with you right now. The Chicago Bears 7-3, pretenders or contenders?
Pretenders.
Okay, thank God. The 8-2 Indianapolis Colts.
I like how you started it with the 8-2 Indianapolis Colts.
I'm trying to do my job here, man. I'm trying.
I know. Like, really, guys? If Daniel Jones is holding the trophy, are we all going to be shocked? Dude, that's crazy.
We're not.
Yeah, we are. I would say pretenders.
The Los Angeles Rams, and they are 8-2.
No question. Yeah, contenders.
The Philadelphia Eagles 8-2.
Contenders.
The New England Patriots 9-2.
Honestly, they're a good team. I think they're a legit good team.
So I mean, you didn't answer the question.
No, I would say contenders.
All right, and then the 9-2 Denver Broncos.
As much as people want to hear it, I would say they're contenders. That's a Super Bowl level defense.
Okay. Now I want to ask you this: how many contenders do you think you have right now in the NFL? Without, I'm gonna count down to 5. You have to say it all out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4.
You had 5. Yeah, you had 5.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of contenders. I really don't.
So you only think that there's 5 teams in the NFL that can win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Well, actually, we didn't ask the last one. Now that we'll get to our final one. Now we know where your barometer is. Jeff Iafrate. Are the Detroit Lions contenders or pretenders?
I would say they're contenders. I would say they're contenders. Yes.
Say that again?
I would say they're contenders. They are. Let me explain that. Because when you say a team's that can, like, for example, I gave the Bills, I have to be consistent with my thought process. I think the Bills are contenders despite their run defense not being great. Josh Allen doesn't have any weapons. Like, there's going to be holes in teams. You know what I'm saying? Like the Eagles, I think they're a contender and their offense is looking really bad. So the Lions, I think Super Bowl level defense. I think they have the skill position players. I think they have a good enough quarterback despite what people think. Are there doubts? Yeah, but I have to keep them there. I mean, if they lose the next couple of games, we can have a different convo. But right now, I think they're still contenders. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, that's how I stay consistent with some of these things. There's flaws, but like the Packers are contenders. But really, like, are there flaws? Yeah, there's flaws. They don't have great wide receivers. But
yeah, I don't think too. Like, I'll say this as well. I do believe the Detroit Lions are still contenders as of right now. Is it a harder path? Are they lower on the contender list? Probably. Like, you're probably taking a handful of teams above them. At least in my opinion, you are. But I do think there's just a world where it's like, does this team still have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl? Are they completely dead on the water? No, like they're not really dead in the water. Again, like, I know LaPorta's out. It's a heartbreaking injury.
Right.
But like, realistically, you still have Jared Goff and you still have a lot of weapons on that team. And you still have some guys on the offensive line. As much as bad as the offensive line is, at some point there's going to be times where they turn it on. And then you do have a legit defense this year, which is something you haven't had in the past. So you still have that to kind of lean on. So if this offense is playing at a high level or just playing at any sort of level that's above average, you're going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. But it's about figuring that out. So you have to throw them in the contender category still. And I think sportsbooks show it. I think if you asked around the NFL, people would obviously say there are concerns with this Lions team. And if you're trying to act like there isn't concerns, you're a little delusional. but that doesn't mean that they don't have an opportunity to still go out there and win a Super Bowl. Like, you got to think about this, and I look at it like this, Jeff. I go back to that 2022 year where, like, this current team, even with like the offensive line, like, they're better than, on paper, they're better than the 2022 season, correct? Roster wise.
I'm trying to think of that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, and they
got O-line, but everything else.
And think about how hot that team got down the stretch. They didn't make the playoffs because they were a game short, and Seahawks situation, all that happened. But like, think about how hot that team was down the stretch. Like, they just figured something out and they clicked, right? And then think about the team 2 years ago that went to the NFC Championship game. On paper, do you think that team was better than the current team right now?
I would say O-line.
Just that, but like everything else, like that. Right now, you have a way better defense. Your weapons are probably better.
Offensive play caller, I'll say it.
Yeah, but like overall, though, you probably have a better team right now than you did 2 years ago, right? Like you probably do on paper. And look what that team did, right? They went on a run. They found a way to all click at the same time, and they went on a run that kind of like, you're sitting there going like,
you're number rookie Jack Campbell too.
That was rookie Jack Campbell. That was rookie Jahmyr Gibbs. That was rookie.
Brian Branch.
Yeah. Sam LaPorta. But then that was also like your wide receiver too. Who was your wide receiver too in that, essentially? Josh Reynolds. Right. Like, you had JMO there, but like Josh Reynolds was kind of that good, that next go-to target. Now it's JMO. So you have a better team. And think about what they did then. Like, they went on a run to the NFC Championship game. And I would argue right now the NFL is more wide open than it was 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, you almost went on a run to the Super Bowl. So, like, as long as you get hot at the right time and they can make this thing click at the right time, they have everything on paper to still be able to go out there and be a contender. It's just about putting it together, man. That's all it is. That's really it. But I'm with you on like the contender. I think they are still a contender. Yes, there are question marks and there is a little bit of pullback, but that doesn't mean they're not contenders anymore. It would take a lot for me to be like, yeah, they can't contend to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it would take a lot.
Like I said, you can still be a contender with some flaws, but I just need to see enough to have just full faith. And the Eagles, to me, like an example I'll bring up, like, they have flaws and doubts, but I think they have pedigree, championship pedigree. The Bucs are a team that I think they're the one team I think that I said pretender that I would be kind of. That one you could probably argue. I just think with all the injuries, there's certain teams that get disqualified. Just my opinion. But there's other teams that I try to give the benefit of the doubt to that have had playoff runs. Like the Packers a couple of years ago were a game away from making the NFC Championship game against the Lions. Yeah. They're a better team. They have Micah Parsons. So, I think the Lions are in that category. Yeah, they have some doubts, but as of right now, November 21st, I'm not going to say they're pretenders. Even with the doubts. I mean, no team is perfect. You might rank contenders if we did a contender ranking list, it'd be different. Yeah.
I forgot a team. Sorry, the Colts.
No, I told you.
Sorry. Oh, one more team I forgot. Seahawks.
Pretender. I'm assuming you have contenders for both of those.
They're like right at the edge, depending on the week.
They're just on Booner's list.
I would actually throw the Seahawks in there. I think the Seahawks are really good. Think about it, they had five. Like, put in perspective. Can you actually have an open mind for once with me?
Okay, what's up?
Perspective, and chat. Would love for the chat to have an open mind with me. I know sometimes chat just loves to go like opposite of me just for the fun of it. Just open mind, please. Will you?
Yeah. What's your open mind?
Seahawks. What did they lose to the Rams by?
Like
open mind.
Points, I think 2 points.
2 points. Okay. Did you have the Rams as contenders?
Yeah.
How many turnovers did Sam Darnold have in that game?
A lot.
5. And they lost by how many points?
2 points.
Okay, take one of those away, have a chance to win the game. I still think this Seahawks team, if you're going to have the Rams as a contender, I think if you're talking about a team that lost by 2 points to that team with 5 turnovers, like, take the 5, like, cut that in half, and they win that game. Like, listen, I'm not trying to I wasn't trying to get a slick one on you. I'm just being honest, putting it in perspective of how good the Seahawks team actually is. That they had 5 turnovers and somehow they only lost by 2. You have to put that into a little bit of perspective.
I do, but I think the fact he had 5 turnovers is why.
I agree, but like, you would just think though, like, that's why they're contenders, because if they do put together a 3-game stretch. Yeah, I'm with ETN. You can't have Denver in there as a contender if you're not going to have Seattle.
I've
The
seen
Seattle defense is incredible.
No, it's a good defense. Sam Darnold, I've seen the Sam Darnold experiment.
I know, but you still can't just like.
Nix isn't some lead guy either. And I would like to think I trust Sean.
You put Jordan Love in there, like Jordan Love's like the most trustworthy quarterback of all time.
No.
Their defense. Seahawks have a better defense.
I would also say I trust Sean Payton more than Mike McDonald in those games as well.
But I still think like Dan Campbell hasn't done what Sean Payton does. Do you trust Dan Campbell after what he just did with 0 for 5 and 4th down?
Well, he's made an NFC Championship game and won a playoff game.
Mike McDonald just got a good team this year.
Yeah, and we're about to find out.
I would throw them as contenders. I think they have a chance to win it just as much as like the Rams do, or just as much as the Broncos do, or just as much as the Packers do. Like, is the Packers?
Okay, I mean,
what did you just say?
You said as the Rams?
Yeah, they almost beat them with 5 turnovers, dude.
Okay, but
you're acting like they got blown out, and the Rams are. I bet you even ETN. I bet you ETN would even be like, no, like you do have to respect this Seahawks team. We did have 5 turnovers. It was a 2-point game. Like they could beat you any night.
Let me see last year, because let me see this.
I think ETN would respect that. I think the NFL is wide open right now, and I think like you have to throw some of those teams in it.
Last year, so what? Last year, the Lions. Let me see. This 2023, they had. I don't know if you can use. I don't like personally. You can use it. I don't like personally saying they played them close, which means they're contenders. Like I don't.
Why? Like they're obviously they're in the game with 5 turnovers.
No,
you have 5 turnovers and you're somehow in the game.
But Sam Darnold, I think the big point to take away is how bad Sam Darnold was in that game. Like,
yes, and somehow, like if he plays like 10 or like 2% better, they beat the Rams.
The problem is he doesn't give you that 2%. Okay,
but what if he does? Dude, they're 7-3, Jeff.
You know what? What if Goff just started running?
They play again in a couple weeks, so I guess we're going to find out. I'm just saying they play again in December.
He won't. What if Goff started running around?
They play again in December. We're going to find out.
Okay.
I kind of honestly, can I be honest with you?
Did you say the 49ers are contenders?
I think they have injuries, which hurts. They're just going through injuries. They keep winning. If they weren't going through injuries, I think yes, they would be because they like are 7. They have 7 wins.
They beat the Rams with a back.
Yeah, but they beat the Seahawks too.
So if we're doing that game, they beat both.
But they beat the Seahawks week 1 by 4 in week 1 when they were healthy.
But they're
no longer healthy.
Well, they beat the Rams when they had a backup quarterback.
Yeah, but again, I still but again, you're turning into it's win for win thing.
Game.
It's not win for win to me. It's more so it's hey, the Seahawks are actually good throughout the whole season, and they they competed with the team that you're saying is a contender, which shows me they can contend.
I will say they could have went out there and got blown out. I'll say it. They did it. Okay, so I'll give them that.
I think they're a contender. They're right there. They're probably the back half of contenders, but they're a contender.
Am I saying I want them in a first round matchup? No.
Sounds like that's what you want. You don't think they're contenders, so you do.
Because I think they're a good team. I just wouldn't say if you told me the Seahawks are in the Super Bowl this year, I'd be like, holy shit, how did that happen? That is crazy. If you now to you'd be like, hey, I knew they'd have a chance of making it. I would be shocked if they made the Super Bowl, and they won it, let alone made the Super Bowl. But I respect it. I didn't really get to know your contenders or pretend. We're just gonna go over that. We're just gonna gloss over that, and we'll just.
I thought we did a really good job in that segment.
I only know you like the Seahawks and the Colts.
No, those are. Do you want me to go through my list real quick? Do you want me to just say it?
Yeah, rattle them off. Who do you have? Just tell me who you have as contenders. Just tell me.
All right, I'll start from the bottom of the list. The Commanders. I'm kidding. That'd be so funny too. No, I still think the Chiefs. If the Chiefs make the playoffs, they're contenders. So I'm gonna throw the Chiefs at the very last spot in that list. Obviously, the Lions, the Bucks. I have the Bucks still in it. The Bills, the Seahawks, the Packers, the Colts, the Rams, Eagles, and Broncos, and Patriots.
So you have like 15 contenders. Is what
no, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 teams. I have 6 and 6. I essentially just think the top 6 teams that make each side are going to be contending for.
How many make the playoffs? 7.
Yeah, so I have 2 teams that make the playoffs that
Everyone
aren't.
that makes the playoffs could win the Super Bowl.
Well, to be fair, what have I said this whole segment? What have I said? Do you not listen to me? You don't listen to me. You're supposed to be my co-host. You don't listen to me.
No, we said a lot.
I said the NFL is so wide open right now. So if the NFL is wide open, what does that mean for someone who thinks the NFL is open? The Super Bowl window is open for anyone. I don't think there's a clear team that's like, that's the Super Bowl winner. Okay. I don't think so. So if the NFL is open, Jeff, context clues, what does that mean? Break it down for me.
Contenders.
There's 12 contenders. Anyone can win it. I didn't say the whole playoffs can win it. I left the Chargers out, who are currently in the playoffs. I left the Steelers out. I left a couple teams out. I left the 49ers out.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
But like, you know,
is that not a lot? It's a lot.
It's a lot, but like you do have to understand. Like, if you actually think the NFL is wide open, like then why wouldn't I think that some of these teams can win the Super Bowl? Why would I make that statement?
Okay.
If it wasn't wide open, then I would have 4 teams, and I would say it's not wide open. For you, you don't think it's wide open. You think there's 5 teams that can win it. Right?
I mean, I think it's wide open, but to only about like what I say, 5 teams, 6 teams. I think
so. It's not wide open. There's only. I mean, do you not know what wide open means? It means anyone. Like
not wide open to half the league.
That's not. But that's like every year. Like every year, the NFL is not wide open. There's only 5 or 6 teams typically who can win it. I think this year there are 10 teams where you're like they could all be in the Super Bowl.
See, I think in a year, in the NFL year, once we get to this point, I think usually are like Chiefs are going to make it out the AFC, maybe the Bills, and then the NFC, it's going to be like Eagles.
But like we're in week 12,
4 teams are going to win.
But what you got to put in perspective, Jeff, is like we're in week 12. Typically, the Chiefs look really good right now. Typically, the Eagles do. There's still questions with them, even though they've won a lot of games. Typically, the Bills are in that conversation. Typically, the Rams are like, or the Ravens are. None of them are. No one is. There's not one team. Like there are teams that are 9-2, yeah, but like it's the Patriots and Broncos where people are still questioning. There is no team where you're like, oh my gosh, that team's scary. No, everyone's beatable.
What's going to help the Lions being a contender is who's coming back from injury. Boom. Did you hear Dan Campbell talk about that today? He gave an update on Dav, DJ Reed, Malcolm Rodriguez. Let's take a listen to this clip and hear who's coming back soon. I'll show you the injury report right after this.
Anticipate bringing any of them with you to the game this week?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about Malcolm going. I feel pretty good about DJ Reed going right now. Those would be the 2 that I'm probably most optimistic about. And Davenport's close.
Davenport close. And now you have the official injury report that came out.
Here we go.
This is what it looked like. Who's going to be there on game day? All right, this is
man, this is insane. I mean, this is a full chapter of a book.
Yeah, this is a hefty one for sure. I mean, you see here, Taron Arnold was ruled out. You asked Kory about that, which, by the way, I guess it kind of makes sense because Jackson Dart's missed 2 weeks, so I think that's kind of, I don't know, maybe they're extra cautious with the concussion stuff, with like head injuries and what's going on with the NFL. So I think that's what it is. They're just being probably cautious, but he's out another week. I think he'll be back Thanksgiving though. It's probably, I think Thanksgiving, what we've talked about the last couple of days is going to be TA, Kirby, and Marcus, and maybe John. I think you could get like 4 guys, 5 guys back on Thanksgiving. I think it could be a hefty return on Thanksgiving for a couple guys.
On this list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 of the guys on this list will be playing on Thanksgiving, minimum.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of you have 4 offensive linemen questionable. They're going to have to play. I mean,
it is crazy. Taylor, 4 of your 5 offensive linemen are all questionable.
Joey's over there like, yo, what's going on? I'm healthy. Everyone else is hurt. Tate Ratledge, Graham, Panay, and Taylor Decker. So obviously they're not all going to miss the game. So they'll be playing. But yeah, I think you get Josh, Kirby, Mark. I don't know. Miles Frazier is a weird one. He actually had a full practice this week, so you could get a handful of guys back. But Kirby, by the way, can we say this too? Kirby, what was the tweet for? All right. He quote tweeted a tweet speculating he's out with question marks and he's out. So it turns out the tweet was right. He's out. I mean,
by the way, I saw a tweet because he quote tweeted our guy Detroit Times.
Yeah. Which one? Is it what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, he did. It was a question marks, which was weird because then all of a sudden he's out, and that's why I was like, what's happening? But no, I saw someone Detroit Times today, and he's probably watching. He watches our show, so this might be funny. And if you are watching, hit me up because I think this is funny. I saw someone in Detroit tweet out about Detroit Times, and they went to go message him, and it was like account created 2020 in like India, and they were like, and whoever it was like. Like, I don't even know. Like, I can't even find it. I should have kept it. But it was like a Lions fan that was like, does anyone else see this? Like, is this guy real? It was very like, it was. I was like, we've messaged him a bunch, us and, my personal and our professional page. But so I could confirm at least I haven't met him. So maybe we're just, it's like we're getting catfished. But
that kid's a grinder, man.
I don't even know if it's a kid. I mean, did you see, like, again, the thing was like a profile, like, they went to go message him, and it said he was from Created. I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go see if I do a different account, an account that I never messaged him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's grew the page. He's done a really good job. So
doesn't allow me. He shut up his messages.
Oh, he's getting DMs. He's getting. No, I can message him.
I can. Yeah, we can because he follows us. But I went to an account that I have that he doesn't follow.
Whoa.
What?
You got a burner?
I do not have a burner. Jeff, don't do this because it's something that we're working on in crunch time. Relax. It's something for the future of crunch time.
Hey, we've all thought about pulling a KD.
I've never thought about getting a burner. I really do not care. I get messages all the time from people.
There's a lot more people that have burners than you think.
The last week after this Philly, the tweet that I put out there of tagging Kash Patel or whatever his name is, the FBI director, and I just got like a million messages from Philly fans. Like,
yeah, they've said it's kind of hilarious. Actually.
I sent you just a couple of them. I was just like, all right, like I respect them.
Yeah,
I don't respond. I didn't respond to any of them, but like those are moments where you wish you had a burner. I just never will get one.
Yeah, fair. You
almost gave away a big.
I don't have a burner either.
I should give a big announcement.
I should
8 months in advance.
I should get a burner though, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. By the way, DJ Reed's going to play. DJ Reed's going to play on Sunday.
Is that official?
He's questionable. I think he plays.
Why'd you just say it like it was announced and he's just like?
I know he'll play.
How do you know? Who did you talk to?
It's just the aura in Michigan's. It's just being here. I'm in Michigan. I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling the aura, the DJ Reed returning aura. Do you feel it too? He's coming back on Sunday. He is. He's playing. He's gonna lock up Wandale Robinson, and he's gonna get his legs under him. Maybe play a couple plays, whatever. Get out there. They don't have TA. He'll slot right in next to a Meek. Get that man warmed up.
I did see him say that he was going to be a little rusty. I don't mean to kill your vibe, but he did say
I would imagine. I would. Yeah. That's probably why I would prefer him. You come back against the Giants. All due respect to those receivers, but you get ready for.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Let DJ Reed get in and get some snaps in. Even if it's just for a half, just let the guy get his feet wet, feet under him, get back in that game shape a little bit. So Thursday versus the Packers, Christian Watson.
By the way, before we get to over-unders, Lions over-unders, do you have any change of thought process with this game? What to expect with Jameis Winston starting, or are you just still in the same?
No, dude, it moved from 10
combo with Jackson Dart, but
yeah, was it a little disrespectful that the line moved from 10 to 12 for Jameis?
Yeah, it is. It is, dude. It is because he started and they lost by 7 to the Green Bay Packers.
They were in the lead. I mean, they were in the lead until like 30 seconds to go.
They did him so dirty. Like, I didn't know it moved by 2 points. That's. Because they're giving them 3 already at home, right? That's usually how that works. Is that
essentially 2 to 3?
I mean, we're talking about a big
they're expected to win by 10 plus.
Yeah. I mean, that is.
You good? What was that?
I was watching golf content on my thing.
Oh, bro, that did not sound good. Something about making something look beautiful.
No, well, he's talking about his swing. I was watching. Okay,
Are you sure,
working.
dude? What was that?
I'm working over here. All right, jeez, man.
All I heard was just make it look beautiful. Oh, what, dude? What are you watching?
Hey, shout out DOD King. It was actually his video. DOD King.
Shout out to the Dodd King, man.
This guy. Anyway, I'm not no.
Yeah, you did say, "Hey, yo, whoa."
I was gonna look at the line. I wanted to see not only the line but touchdown scores too in this game. Kind of. I wanted to see because if the line's double digits, I wonder. David Montgomery's got to be. He's got to have a pretty good line here to score. I would imagine coming off last week. Let me see. The line on FanDuel is 12.5. 12.5.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier today. It moved all the way to 12.5.
Gibbs is minus almost 400 to score. Amon-Ra's a favorite. Monty's a favorite. J-Mo, yeah, they think they're going to blow out.
I feel like this is one of those games you just parlay a bunch of people.
Well, they think they're going to. I mean, the Vegas, if you know what Vegas is telling Lions fans, they're going to blow them out.
Yeah.
Are we crazy?
I might take Brock Wright plus 210.
Are we crazy for thinking? It's not a bad bet, by the way.
Thank you.
Are we crazy for thinking that the game could be closer than people think? Apparently, Vegas is always right. I don't know.
No, I mean, think about it. Vegas had the Lions as 8.5-point favorites versus the Vikings, and all these guys.
More.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm
a little nervous. Maybe. I'll say this: Lions are going to win this game. I don't think there's a question about that.
Yeah.
They're going to win this game by 12.5. That one I can't sit here and guarantee.
Like 28-14?
Typically, like, the crazy thing is I've gone into these games and I've showed up on Sundays when we've done our show, and I go, I'll guarantee you that you could do a spread minus 17.5 or minus 14.5, 13.5 for 2 touchdowns or 20.5 for 3 touchdowns. I can guarantee you they hit that. Like, I've been confident like that a million times for this Lions team. I've done that this year. I can't do that on Sunday. And it's not because of the Giants. It's just because the Lions haven't been playing well. Well, I guess they haven't. Like, I don't know. The Commanders game.
I'm going to be honest. I took the minus 9.5 against the Commanders, and they covered easily.
Easy.
Plus money.
Does it feel like that game?
I don't know. I don't want to contradict everything I've been saying this week, but I also feel like I might take the 9.5. Because they'll win by 10. I mean, I don't think it's going to be like a 3-point game, but I think the Giants, I think there'll be points in this game where you're like, oh, the Giants are fighting. They're scrapping. Like, I could see that type of it. And then maybe at the end of the game, the Lions pull away by like 7 points, 10 points, 14 points. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving the Giants too much respect. I mean, I see Steve Lehman. They are bad against the run. Like, I think Jameer and David are going to have a massive day.
I hope so. You know what?
By the way, they just ruled out Kayvon Thibodeau. So one of the pass rushers was out. So that's
they're going to win this game. Yeah, that's part of it too. They ruled both of them out. They're winning by 14.
Is out, starting
they're winning by 14. What are we talking about? Yeah, they're going to win this game by 14.
Yeah,
I don't know. Kayvon was out.
Kayvon and Paulson Adebo. I think Paulson Adebo. I saw he was out. Let me see.
Yeah, it's over. We're winning.
That's starting corner and starting defensive end.
Yeah, they might win this game by 20. I'm going to do alternate over 34.5 points. Let me go see something. Yeah, or 39.5 points.
You think they score 40?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think their over under is?
29.5.
Nope.
32.5. 33.5.
31.5.
31.5. I think they had 29.5. Was that 29.5 against the Commanders? I think it was. Maybe. But yeah, that's still a lot of points. I wouldn't be shocked. They score 30. They've shown they could score a lot of points on bad teams. So I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah, I think that's going to be I think the Lions offense is going to try and make a statement. See, this is the problem though. Like, I'm just being quite frank. Like, I'll tell how it is. Versus teams like this, like the Lions will go score 40, and Lions fans and people will get all excited again, and the news will be all Lions are back. They're good to go. Like, I want to see that versus a good team. I want to see it versus the Packers on Thursday. That's the problem. Like, don't get too excited if they do it. That's how I look at this whole thing.
Yeah, and I think it's a perfect transition. We can get into let's do these lines over unders. Let's see. I want to see. I haven't looked at them. I didn't even peek at them. So I have no clue.
I haven't even looked at them either. I didn't think we were going to get to this segment, so I didn't get them.
Well, we're waiting. I mean, wait. I'm going to give Caleb a couple minutes. He might be.
I was texting Caleb, by the way, not happy with me.
Oh, he's not.
He said he's like 5'9". He said, and then it went from I'm like 5'9", and I said there's zero chance. He said, all right, I'm like 5'8". So he's gone down already.
Wow.
To be fair, 5'8" is not that far off 5'5". That's like this big.
Is he?
That's
5'8"?
not. He said I'm like 5'8". At first he said like 5'9", and then I said zero chance. And he said, all right, I'm like 5'8".
So you got him on an inch?
I bullied him to 5'8". and then the thing is, it's like 5'5". Like if you're 5'8", I'm 5'11". That's 3 inches. I'm 3 inches taller, so that's like this. 5'5" is just 3 inches shorter than that, and so I'm not that far off. He essentially just met me in the middle from me to the 5'5".
Yeah, exactly.
So I look down to him 3 inches. Like here's me. Here's 3 inches down. I gotta look down here to talk to him.
I'm just saying, ask a woman. Difference between 5'5" and 5'8".
Yeah, maybe, but like I still think like if we measured him, he'd be around 5'6", 5'7". I think Sunday we have to measure.
Hey, I'm telling you, man.
He's not happy with me though, and then he never texts me back.
Yeah, we're waiting on. I'm waiting on him. I'll give him till like 9:35.
Should I call him?
Yeah, call him. See if he's gonna join anyway. We can just do our pick 'em. He might be making.
He would know we're live, right?
Watch him answer and say something wild.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Wow.
The person
That's
you're trying
messed
to
up.
reach is not available.
What about you get like?
Wow.
Whoa! Wait a second.
He's sick.
Wait a second.
No, he's getting everything. It's black screen right now. This guy's like in a dark room. Oh, he just left. He'll be joining us. We'll just do pick 'em. Why not? By the way, real quick, I'll just rattle. I have the over unders. They're all high, man. Like Jared Goff, 251.5 passing yards.
See, that's what I don't know because like, what are the rushing? What's Jameer and David?
Jameer is Jameer 73.5. David's 52.5.
See, those are high for rushing. That's high because typically I feel like David would be in the 40s. So they think David, but like the fact that they have Jared up and they have David up.
And JMO and Amon-Ra are up. Amon-Ra's at 77.5 and Jameson's at 60.5. He's higher than remember he's always in the 40s, so he's even higher.
Wow. So
yeah, it's a high game. They got a lot of offensive props here. These guys are, and then they have 4 touchdown guys or 3 all minus money. So yeah, they think a lot of guys score. Let's bring on Caleb. I just think is furious after the comments, the concerns about his height. There's just the people are talking. Apparently, Booner had an inkling. He heard it from a source that Caleb could be 5'5". Caleb's here to clarify that. He's welcome to the show, Caleb Czarnik.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Furious, Jeff, how's it going? Good to see you, my man. Furious is I'd say that's an understatement. Booner, we see each other every week. Every Sunday. Have I shrunk
what are you furious about?
An inch every single time I've seen you? Booner,
we're
like the same height.
No, we're not. I'm
Booner,
taller than you.
Taller than I am.
I'm like 3 inches taller than you.
From you saying, hold on. I get a text from you saying.
I can't hear you because you're putting your hand over your phone. We can't hear you, bud. Production, be better.
When I get a text from you saying,
so mad.
What height are you? And I go, this is a peculiar question to get at 8:30 on a Friday. So then I go on the show for a sec while I'm driving. Don't do that. Unsafe. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be driving and showing, man.
I go on. The first thing I see is, I think Caleb's like 5'5". Wait, on what planet.
I'm not good with heights, dude. I'm bad at heights.
How tall are you?
5'11".
Now that might be pushing it. You might not be 5'11". You
might be 5'10", 5'11". 5'10", 5'11".
Well, look,
I'm like an inch shorter than Jeff.
And I have never.
Jeff, how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
And what am I? I'm an inch shorter. You've said it before. I'm an inch shorter than you.
You're not that much. Yeah, you're right.
And that's with the hair down too.
Jeff, when I'm standing next to you, have you ever thought in your head? Have you ever looked down on me before?
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. I have. I'm shorter than Jeff.
You say you're bad with heights, do you? And
I am bad with heights. That's why this whole thing, like, why are you so mad? Like, you're frustrated. Buddy, it's not that big of a deal. I'm bad at heights. It's not like I'm like great at heights and I'm like, I know your exact height. I actually don't. The fact that I was able to text you and bully you down to I text you and bullied you down to 5'8" is the funniest thing of all time.
That's exactly how tall I am.
Caleb,
I think there's a chance you're giving yourself 5'8" as a little luxury. No. You might be 5'7", 5'6".
To be fair, Caleb Booner said Lukas is 6'4". He's a little
I'm bad. See, I'm bad with heights. I don't know. I'm bad with heights, so don't get so mad.
Possi's probably 6'2".
Yeah.
6'2".
Yeah. See, I'm 2 inches off. So I think you actually are 5'7", 8". So 5'5". I'm about 2 inches off. So we're good.
So then you're probably around like 5'8". You're
dude, I'm an inch shorter than Jeff. Jeff and I are like right there. And Jeff's 6 foot.
Legit, by the way, legit. I'm not 2 inches.
And I'm legit like an inch shorter than Jeff. I mean, Jeff and I have stood next to each other. We've had the argument.
The reason I am upset.
I feel like you're like actually short and you're really.
Booner, we see each other every week. What do you mean?
And I look down to you in these moments. I go, "What's up, bro?"
Never once have I been, "Hey, Boone, hey."
No, you don't do that. I'm not 7'2". I'm not 7'2". It's literally like this. Like, look, like here, I'm talking. Yeah, what's up, bro?
Oh, all right. This is.
I'm crazy. Just like there's a little like angle. There's just a little angle.
This is crazy.
We can measure you. We can measure you.
Well, let's do a measurement on Sunday. We'll do it.
You know how this conversation started, Caleb, is because someone said Caleb could play tight end, and he brought up
used to play tight end.
And I said, I don't know. I think he's like 5'5", dude. That's a tough one.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's the way you said it. It's the tone.
Hold on.
Oh, Mike muted. right when he was about to go in. I'm telling you, Caleb. Caleb, before we pick the games, can I just say the pizza content, you're doing a great job. It's elite.
Thank you, man. It's something I've been. I hope everybody in the chat, if you've seen it, I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've worked at a pizzeria for a long time. A lot of it was I didn't want a lot of people knowing where I worked, just in case opposing fans see it and call up the store and say mean things. That's something we don't want. But yeah, I'm having fun. Look, that if you guys saw the Red Wings video today, I tried to make the Red Wings logo. It doesn't look like the Red Wings logo, but we made an attempt at it, and we're gonna have a lot more these next coming weeks. So yeah, it's fun.
I love it. The Red Wings logo. You know what? I'll say this.
You guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
What's happening?
That is a very difficult thing to do.
It's the hardest one. Me and my boss were talking about it. I think we're gonna do the Old English D next, and that's probably gonna be easier. And I'll say this.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It's because it's just
my back.
Cuts, but that Red Wings logo, it was a difficult thing to do, but we got it done. And hopefully Monday I'll have a what is it now? 12 topping pizza for 12 straight Pistons W's. They play tomorrow. So
Caleb,
that. What's up, Boone?
I just went on your max prep. It says 5'5".
That's just not true. I mean, that's just
checking his max prep is wild. That's a wild. By the way, shout out is I believe it's nobody who is the username.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Different
Saturday morning crunch time.
Unfortunately, not tomorrow.
No,
some stuff came up. Yeah, not tomorrow. But I mean,
what came up?
Just some stuff I got to take care of. But yeah, not tomorrow, unfortunately.
Couple
I wish
inches.
we could because there's a lot to talk about.
By the way, Motor City, appreciate the 5. He says they have to come out the next two weeks, 9-4, or otherwise we have major concerns, not just about the division, but about making the playoffs. Do you agree? Yes, absolutely. Motor City. They have. I mean, if you don't, you would go. You'd be 6-6, which would be concerning. Or 6. Wait, no, you'd be 6-7. Oh God, I did that.
Nice, dude. Let's go.
Okay, well, you get the point. All right, you get the point. But yeah, Motor City, you're absolutely right. Appreciate that. Anakin, appreciate the $2. Says, did you guys see Josh Allen get sacked 8 times? I did. That Texans defense is nasty.
Yeah,
that is nasty. Best defense in the NFL. That is a nasty defense. That's what that is. All right, Caleb. Appreciate you joining, my friend. We got pick 'em to do.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Caleb.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have the games in front of me or everything, but I think I'm just gonna let this one fly. Last week I think I did poorly, so
I don't have last week's records, but I have the week before. By the way, a major announcement. This is a huge announcement. I actually haven't said this to anyone yet, and I actually haven't said it. This is bad, maybe commissioner, but this is going to happen just like it would in the NFL. We haven't reached out to them yet, but it's like a insider breaking the news where some guys are at home when they find out they get traded, or when they find out they're, maybe fired, something that happens. Michael Gentry and Lukas Klotz have officially been kicked from our Pick'em League. Officially kicked from the Pick'em League.
Wow.
For the season. They are indefinitely suspended for the remainder of the 2025-2026 Pick'em season. In the off season, we have another conversation, and they may be able to appeal for next year, but they are currently indefinitely suspended from the league.
That's it. I think you know what, Commish.
Any questions?
No.
Do we have questions? Because an explanation, they do not. They second time this year they did not send their games. First time there was an argument. It could have been on the commissioner not sending them the games. They knew the games though. They could have maybe just said, "Hey, Boone, what are the games?" Second time, games were sent once. Games were sent twice. Reminder was sent once. Reminder was sent twice. And there was no games that were sent to me. So it's just not fair to the guys in the league that are putting up stats that other guys don't put stats up. And, it's not fair. You guys have opportunities to drop. They're just staying put. So
hold on. Does that put me in last then?
Technically, yes.
Then I vote against. If there's a vote, I vote against it. This should be a democracy.
There's no vote. This was approved through the board. This was commissioner's decision. And definitely well, I'm the commissioner. They failed drug tests.
They failed drug tests.
So so if I come in last, there's an asterisk.
Asterisk, yes. And you won't have to do the last place punishment. But there is a world where there was a punishment for last place this year. We actually all agreed on, I think it was to sit in the McDonald's and you have to eat your way out. I don't know what we do with that because there's technically two last place guys.
Yeah.
So now last place just got different. Now
they have to eat 2 crave cases. That's
okay. I don't even want to.
Well, the McDonald's thing was already locked in. The McDonald's thing was already locked in.
I don't want to hear anyone say white or castle.
Yeah,
Lions fail a 3rd and long. Every time they don't convert a 3rd and long, they have to eat a crave case. A whole one.
The problem is we locked in our punishment at the beginning of the year.
What's the punishment?
It was the McDonald's fantasy football one where you go in there and you have your marks, this is worth this much, this is worth this many minutes, a burger's worth 15 minutes, the pancakes are worth 30, it was all these certain things. It's online and it's you have to stay in there for 24 hours, but every time you eat something, it takes off a certain amount of time. It ends up only being if you actually eat a normal amount, not a normal amount, but you push, you're out of there in 7 hours. But that was the punishment we talked about and we agreed on.
Yeah, I do remember. I remember.
So I don't know, it's either Klotz or Mike that has to do that and document it. I just don't know how we choose which one does it.
I doubt that Mike ain't doing that, or Lucas. We're gonna have to. We gotta get. This is a committee thing. We gotta move. We gotta get the picks out. We're gonna have to do this as a committee.
Yeah.
With the commish, backing up the commish.
What's the point though of having all these punishments? If every time someone gets them, they're I don't think he'll do it, and then they just don't do it. What type of integrity is that?
You're not convincing me.
I'm just asking.
I'm not the guy. You're the commissioner.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, what type of integrity is that?
I thought this was America.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when your word means something these days. So, all right, let's pick some games. Screw this. Where all the there they are. I was like, where are the games?
Oh, here we go. There you go.
All right, let's do this.
By the way, can I say something?
No.
I know the first game. We got to have a contingency if Joe Burrow plays. Because that's a massive difference.
Okay, I will do this right now.
First game. The lines, that's New England, right?
First game. The New England Patriots are 7-point favorites over the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be a question mark of a game.
Okay. All right.
I will allow, if Joe Burrow plays and the line drastically moves, I will text the boys and we'll switch it. As of right now, it's Joe Flacco as of now, what we know. And the Patriots are 7-point favorites. Jeff, who are you rolling with?
With Joe Flacco, I'm going to take the Patriots. If Joe Burrow plays, I think the Bengals cover. So I'll right now, without Joe Burrow, I'll take the Patriots.
Jeff, Pats. All right. Yeah, I don't hate that. I'm actually going to roll with the same thing as you. Patriots, if the thing is I actually looked at it. I went back and looked at some of the games we picked the last few weeks to get our records. And I the one thing I noticed was the Patriots just cover every spread. Like it's like there's been a couple times where I picked against them just thinking like, oh, it's an 8.5-point spread. Like this team will stay close. And I realized really quick, no, they just beat down on teams they're supposed to be down on. Like they are good. So I'll take the Patriots -7. If Burrow does play, I'm with you. I probably will, depending on which way the line actually goes. Because I think the Pats still win. If it moves like 2.5, I'll probably still take the Pats, to be honest.
Yeah, my guess was if Burrow plays, that line's probably going to be around like 3.5, saying Joe Burrow's worth about, like 4 points in a point spread. I think the Patriots cover both. I mean, Cincinnati's defense is brutal. And Joe Burrow, first game back, even if he does play, I mean, that's a tough defense in New England he has to play. So give me the Patriots if Joe Burrow plays or not.
I love it. The next game, the Steelers are on the road versus Jeff Iafrate, Chicago Bears. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they are coming off a pretty big win over the Bengals at home last week, and the Bears as well. I believe the Bears are coming off a win over the Vikings, a divisional win, and they're at home. Jeff, who are you rolling with here?
Yeah, this is the Mason Rudolph start, or is he? I think Aaron Rodgers might be questionable, but I don't think he plays. Probably Mason Rudolph. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think they win by 3. I think they cover with Mason Rudolph starting.
I'm gonna fade that. I'm gonna go Steelers. I think the defense. I think the Bears have been playing some teams where it's like maybe you haven't had this high level of a defense versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think TJ Watt. I think this defensive line disrupts them a little bit, puts them in a little bit of a torture chamber. And I think Mason Rudolph. Like I know people don't like Mason Rudolph and joke about Mason Rudolph. I think as a backup, he reminds me of kind of like a Mitchell Trubisky type of guy who it's like everyone jokes about, but when like push comes to shove and they get thrown into the fire, they somehow, some way always win a football game and they just figure it out. And I feel like the Mason Rudolph's just one of those backups in the league that just figures this thing out. So I'm gonna go. I don't know why I brought up Mitchell Trubisky in the Bears matchup there. That was actually really weird.
Well, he's hanging around somewhere.
But give me the Steelers. Yeah, he's with the Bills right now. Trubisky is.
I apologize. The spread, the 2.5. That's the spread.
2.5. Yes.
Chicago 2.5. I'm going to take the Steelers as well. I mean, the Bears have been winning without Caleb Williams really playing that well, and I think against a good defense like this, I don't know. I like the Steelers in this matchup. Again, kind of with Rodgers playing or not. So give me the Steelers.
Hey, welcome aboard, Caleb. I appreciate you joining. Next game. This game's ugly. I just picked this game because I wanted to get to 10 games here for Pick'em because we typically do 10 right on the dot. So this was the final game to make it. So it's an ugly game, but the Jets are on the road versus the Baltimore Ravens. This is no longer Justin Fields' team. This is Tyrod Taylor's team. Tyrod Taylor is the starting quarterback versus the Ravens. And the Ravens are 13.5-point favorites at home. Fully healthy Ravens team now. Jeff, where are you rolling?
Dude, give me the Ravens. They're going to blow out the Jets. Give me the Ravens covering.
Wow. I'm going to take the same thing here, man. I don't have any confidence in the Jets. And I've always said I'm just going to bet against Aaron Glenn every week.
Yeah. I mean, give me the Ravens. Easy. I mean, the Ravens have been waiting to blow a team out since Lamar came back, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to do it. They've already iced Garrett Wilson. They traded Sauce Gardner. That team's a disaster. Tyrod Taylor sucks. Give me the Ravens.
Next game, divisional matchup. I'm shocked, to be honest, on the spread in this game. I thought it would be a little closer, but the Vikings are on the road versus the Green Bay Packers, 6.5-point favorites. I think Josh Jacobs most likely not playing from what I'm getting a feeling of. Jordan Love was a little beat up last game. Vikings coming off a loss versus another divisional opponent by a couple points. Jeff, who are you rolling with here? Vikings, 6.5-point dogs on the road versus the Packers.
Part of me wants to give 9 a chance and give 9, kind of give him that, just give him a benefit of the doubt that they'll cover because it is a divisional game. I got to respect that. But I think the Packers, they win this one by a touchdown. Exactly. So I actually love the 6.5. I'm gonna rock with the Packers here and say they win by a touchdown. I think it's a touchdown game. Caleb?
It's Boone.
Oh, no, you've been going second, though, Boone, I think.
Oh,
right?
I thought, I have, but I already said I'm taking the Vikings. Sorry, I said my pick. I said it in the intro. That's on me. I'm taking the Vikings. That was on me. That maybe I didn't make that clear. I'm taking the Vikings. I think coming off a loss, and I think Green Bay is kind of they just hang around in games. So I'm just going to go the Vikings in this one. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I'm going to take the Vikings as well. I think this is the game that the Vikings are going to lead a majority of the game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. But, yeah, I think the Vikings are going to lead probably heading into the fourth quarter, then the Packers are going to magically come back and win by, 3 or 4 points. So give me the Vikings plus 6.5.
Hey, Caleb, I'm so sorry. Did you take the Ravens as well?
I did.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I wrote down the wrong one. I would hate to give you the wrong winner or loser. That would be a disaster.
It would be.
Next one, Colts are on the road versus the Kansas City Chiefs. This might be the biggest game of the week. This is a big game, boys. Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. Jeff, who are you going to roll with in this one?
I think the Colts are due for a loss. I think the Chiefs get them here. They're coming off a loss, and I think Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes get right after a loss. Give me the Chiefs.
I'm going opposite. I'm going the Colts, man. I don't know if the Colts win this game, but I'll take the 3.5. In a game like this versus two teams, a team that's 9-2, a team that's 5-5. I think a team that's 9-2 or 8-2, whatever it is. Sorry, I think the Colts just they find a way to stay in games. That's the reason they've only lost 2 games, is they're always in games. I think this game comes down. I say it all the time when I talk about these pick'em games, especially if it's a 3.5-point spread. It feels like it's a legit field goal game. The winner of this game kicks a game-winning field goal. It's either going to be our guy Michael Badgley from the Detroit Lions, former Detroit Lions, or it's going to be Harrison Butker kicking a game-winning field goal to win it here. So I'll take the Chiefs or the Colts. 3.5.
Yeah, Jeff, I see what you're saying, that the Colts might be due for, I don't even know if you would call this like a letdown week, losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. That's not necessarily a letdown, but I like the Colts here. I mean, the Colts, they're really damn good. And I think every week, for me at least, it was like every week I'm like, all right, when is this team going to come back down to earth? They haven't yet. They're a serious Super Bowl contender, and I think they take down the Chiefs this week. I think they win outright. But, Boone, I like your logic as well. It's going to be a field goal game, and I think the Colts cover that spread.
Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that, Caleb. That means a lot. Next game, this is a big game. The Cleveland Browns and Shedeur Sanders is on the road versus the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders, 3.5-point favorites. Shedeur Sanders' first NFL career start. I'll do this just to start. Caleb, I'm going to go first here, just so you know. Okay. That watch, I'm taking it, and I'm stomping the Rolex or whatever it is on the ground. Shedeur Sanders is going to have 2 turnovers. They're going to lose this game. Max Crosby will get 2 sacks. And the Raiders will win by a touchdown. Give me the Raiders minus 3.5.
Myles Garrett will have 8 sacks, and I believe Shedeur Sanders will get his first win as a starter. So give me the Browns. Give me the Browns.
This guy almost said the Bears. This guy can't figure out his favorite teams, man. He said the Bears.
Perfect timing. Give me the Browns.
Oh, man.
The over-under for quarterback turnovers in this game was like 7.5. I would take the over. Geno Smith and Shadur Sanders. I mean, we might see six interceptions this game. Man, this is a tough one.
Shaduki.
I mean, dude, the Raiders passed on Shadur a couple times in the draft, and he knows. He knows.
Every team did,
Come on,
even the Browns.
And
The Browns.
I know.
The Browns passed on him a couple times. His own team.
One of those teams
Perfect timing.
like
4 rounds, man. We're talking about the Raiders passed a few times.
fuck it. Give me Shadur Sanders. Give me Shadur Sanders, and give me the Browns. And I hate the
that's so bad.
and I hate it. Oh, but the Raiders are so bad. The Raiders are so terrible.
It's literally who's ass.
Give me the
who's
Browns.
more ass? Raiders or
Give me the Browns.
That's so bad.
Give me the Browns.
Next game here. Let's get to this next game. The Jacksonville Jaguars, coming off a win, by the way, a pretty good win. 2.5-point favorites heading to the Arizona Cardinals. Jeff, who are you hitting with this one?
Yeah, give me the Jags here. I think Marvin Harrison's out. I believe still. I believe, and Jacoby Brissett. I got a lot of respect for Jacoby. I just think the Jags are just a better team. So I'm just gonna go with the Jags here.
I agree. I'm going Jags. Jags just dominated the Chargers last week, like 35-7 or something, like something insane. And I know you'd be like, well, that's going to be a down week now. I think Jags are just a better football team. 3 points is easy here. Jags win this game by 4 or 5.
I'm sorry. Where is this game?
In Arizona.
Give me Arizona. I'm a huge Jags fan. I say it every time we do pick them. I believe in this Jags team, but they are the biggest up and down team in the entire NFL, and the spread is only 3 points for a reason. Give me the Cardinals +3. I hate it, but that's the way I'm feeling.
All right, this is another bad game, but I had to put it in there so we had some volume, boys. Falcons are on the road versus the Saints. Saints are 1.5-point favorites. Jeff, who you're rolling with here? By the way, I think it's Kirk O'Chains.
It is.
Kirk O'Chains underdog against the Saints.
Kirk versus who? Do you know?
Tyler Shuck?
Ooh.
Give me the Falcons, man. Give me the Falcons. Win outright. I don't even know why they're underdog. Give me the Falcons. Bijan. I mean, they got
Mustard.
weapons galore. I mean,
no Drake London though.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, does that change it?
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna still
Jeff,
roll. I'm gonna
pick the right side.
I'm gonna roll with the Falcons though.
Yeah, give me the Falcons +1.5. I love Tyler Shuck, man. That's my guy. But I give Kirk O'Chains, man. This man's trying to revitalize his career. Put the chains on. He's going to be hitting. Oh no, it's not in Atlanta. I was going to say the swag surfing, all that. I love oh my gosh, it's the best, dude. I love when Kirk O'Chains is hot, man. The NFL might be back. Like something's right in the NFL when Kirk O's playing.
Yeah, give me the Falcons. It's going to be a feel good. Like if I take that game, if I take the Falcons and they win, I'm going to feel really good about it, knowing that I put my hard-earned money in Kirk Cousins' hands and he brings it home for me. So give me the Falcons.
Next game here, the Philadelphia Eagles are 3.5-point favorites on the road. I believe not Sunday Night Football. It's 4:25. I think it's Sunday America's Game of the Week. But they're on the road versus the Dallas Cowboys. Jeff, who are you rolling with?
Am I crazy for smelling the Cowboys?
You're not. I was going to say underdog, money line, Cowboys win the game outright.
I'm with you. I'm rocking with the Cowboys here. I think the Cowboys got a lot of steam, bro, with the Marshawn Nealon stuff. You know, now you have.
And they looked good the other night.
Yeah, the RIP Marshawn. Give me the Cowboys. I think they win outright, man. I think they're going to sneak up on the Eagles here. A lot of drama with the Eagles. They're going to drop one. I think it's this week. Give me the Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys as well, Kev.
Is this pick too easy? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it's Cowboys all the way, but that kind of makes me want to take the Eagles. Do you know how many Cowboys money line tickets there are going to be in America? There's going to be a trillion.
Dude, I saw on ESPN they did a thing like they were picking games, and there was like 6 guys on the board that were picking games. 5 of them had the Cowboys money line.
Dude, you know, give me the Cowboys, dude. Give me the Cowboys.
3.5.
I mean, what they did at the trade deadline, I mean, that defense, look, it might still suck. They looked good last week. It might still be bad, but they're definitely improved. And that offense is phenomenal. So give me the Cowboys here. I think Philly gets upset.
The Cowboys might end up making a late run here for a wild card spot. I'm just gonna throw that out there. They have a legit team. Like, that defensive line is insane. Like, it's insane. And then their offense, they have those two weapons, man. If they can get this thing going, it's scary. Last game of the week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the road versus Los Angeles Rams. I believe this is Sunday Night Football. 6.5 point favorites, the Rams are. Jeff, who are you rolling with here?
I can see this being a close one, to be honest. I can see Baker. Baker always finds a way to like cover games. He's just always in games, man. Give me the Bucs. I think they cover, but the Rams win.
Wow, welcome aboard against the Rams. I've been going up against the Rams for weeks now trying to get a win. Welcome aboard, Jeff. I'm glad to welcome you aboard. I'm taking the Bucs as well. I'm really just going, like, all these Rams games the spreads have been like big, and I've been trying to hit the underdog, and I've been getting killed. I think this is the week maybe where we finally see just like a close Rams game. I don't know if the Bucs win it though, but I think it's like a field goal game, and getting 6.5 out of that is beautiful.
Yeah, love Baker, especially in prime time, but I'm going to take the Rams here -6.5. I mean,
that's Caleb trying to make a move. That's Caleb trying to make a move versus us, Jeff.
Trying to make a move, but at the same time, I don't know. The Rams
that's a move right there.
Bucs are battling injuries. Give me the Rams. That team is really damn good.
That man just tried to make a move, man.
Trying.
Man just tried to make a move, man.
Trying.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, boys. There's a handful of picks in here that you guys are on one side, I'm on the other. This could be a good week for me or a really bad week.
Let me see. Are you sure about that?
There's a couple. I don't know, but it's not a lot, but there's a handful. I think because I picked the Bears, you picked the Steelers. I picked the Packers, you guys picked the Vikings. I picked the Chiefs, you guys picked the Colts.
So I've got one here. I'm on the Steelers, you're on Bears, Vikings, Packers, Chiefs, Colts, Browns, Raiders for me, Jags, Atlanta, Cowboys. It's four different, 4 out of the 10.
This could be a swing week for negative or positive. I don't know. This could be.
And for you and Caleb, there's 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different than Caleb. You have 5. You have more different than Caleb than me.
There you go.
Me and Caleb. Hold on a sec. Me and Caleb might be the.
You guys have like every game together except for like 2.
3. We're 3. We're going head to head in. But it's really just you and Caleb. That's where Caleb can make a move on you.
That's fair.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty now, Jeff. It's getting close to the end of the season. This is where champions are made.
It's actually where champions are made. I mean, this is what's going on here. Steve Lehman said the Rams are the 2024 Lions. Is that fair? They look pretty good.
Yeah.
Why 2024 Lions? What's that mean? They lose?
I think that's. Oh, sorry. I meant 2023 Lions. But 2024, he means they'll lose. Yeah, they won't win a playoff game, I guess. So I disagree with that.
I think that team is built to win in the playoffs.
I thought you said 2020. I thought I read that wrong. I thought it was 2023. I think they're an NFC Championship team.
So, hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
How you feeling over there?
I feel good. I'm feeling good. What are you referring to exactly?
I'm just asking, man. Just to see how you're doing, man. I didn't really get to see say something to you when you came in. You just came in yelling at me.
Yeah, I came in yelling. It's because you said I was 4'11" tall, and I'm not.
I did not say that. At least, hey, if you're gonna see, if you're gonna say it right. I listen. I didn't. Can we agree on one thing real quick?
Yes.
I did not say it out of hate in my heart. I'm not good with heights. It's the same thing with like birthdays for me. I don't know any birthdays. I know my brother's birthday, and that's it.
Can we end it here? And that I do want to know this answer. So when you text me and you say, "How tall are you?" and then I say 5'8", 5'9", and you say, and then this is what you said. Ready, Jeff? Listening? You go, "There's no way."
Well, no, you said
that
5'9". You said you said 5'9".
5'8" or 5'9".
No, you said 5'9" at first, and then I said there's no way, and then you said then the next text was
I said 5'8".
I have it. Do you want me to show you it too?
Read it. I could be wrong. Read it.
No, you are wrong. Hold on.
Show it.
I said, Caleb, how tall are you? And then you never responded. I said, so you don't have a height. Sick. Cool. And then you messaged me at 9:04 and said like 5'9". And I just messaged back and said, 0 chance. And then you said, dude, you're probably an inch taller than me, which is wrong. And then you go, and then I didn't even text you back. You followed it up with, I'm like 5'8".
No,
so you
I
went
said I'm
down
like
an
5'8", 5'9". Show the text.
But at first you said 5'9", the very first text, and then you go and then you move it down to 5'8". And then I text you back again, and I go, there's no way. I just genuinely, I'm not good with height. I don't know if you actually are. This isn't me saying you're like short or anything. That's just my thought process of it.
Yeah, we'll do like a measurement or something on Sunday.
Well, I'll tell you what, boys. It was a good show today. Appreciate you all for tuning in. We'll get out of here. We'll be back on Sunday for game day, so tune in. We'll be live 1:00 p.m. Lions, Giants, and then we'll be live for the post-game show. Before we get out of here, though, got to say
High five.
Prestige Worldwide. We'll catch you Sunday. Peace. I've interrupted the show to tell you about our friends over at Prestige Worldwide Vending. State-of-the-art vape vending machines that can boost sales to any venue, business owners, or anyone that has an establishment that customers are coming in and out of. Prestige Worldwide Vending can help not only attract new customers, but keep customers inside your establishment. Nicotine users that leave to go get nicotine, it'll be right in the place they're at. 32-inch touchscreen, customizable advertisement, which is sweet, by the way. Age verification software to scan IDs confirming age, pre-sale if required. You can pay cash, credit, debit, or mobile. Mobile payments are also accepted, and you get paid when they get paid. It's a win-win. You make your customers happy. You make money on the side. And, of course, working with a company like Prestige Worldwide Vending, who is on the up and up, can only benefit your business. Shout out to them for sponsoring the show. Now let's get back to it.